Welcome to another Akerele Adventures unboxing. Today is a little bit unique because, for one, you guys know that I had ordered and I had already set up the Blue Yeti, but I sent the other one back because it had just a little infraction on the paint, so I ended up getting a new Blue Yeti. However, there's some things that could go with the Blue Yeti that would make this microphone a lot better, and that is a microphone stand. Well, the arm boom at least. Not that there's anything wrong with the stand that it comes with. However, when you sit that on your desktop, it can kind of pick up the noises and different things from the desk. So I figured to sit it up in something like this. And although I don't have the shock mount, I just think it'll sit a lot better. Plus it's red, and if you guys know, I love the color red. I don't want to have to show you. I'll just put a link into it to show you all the little red pieces. You can kind of see them in the background, whatever. But we're going to put this together. In addition, this small piece, don't know how well you can see that or not, but the microphone comes with a plastic, the microphone stand at least, comes with a plastic piece that attaches to the Blue Yeti and makes it connect to the microphone arm. Instead of having that plastic piece, I wanted to have a little bit more security within it, so I bought this. It's like $5. All this stuff will be linked in the description below, but this piece will give it me a little bit sense of security, in the sense that instead of it being plastic, it's a metal, I think it's called a 3/4 to 5/8 adapter. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what this is. It just says metal adapter, but I think that's what it is. And last but not least, this final piece, the Blue Yeti does not have an on or off switch. So essentially it sits on all the time, and when it's either a solid red light, or if you press the mute button so that it's not picking up everything you're hearing, then it's flashing. And I kind of got annoyed by that as well. So it's just like, what do I do to shut this thing off? So I ended up getting this little adapter here, and it's a male to female USB on-off switch. So that'll allow me to just turn it off when I'm not utilizing it. So these are some things that I thought that could enhance the Blue Yeti, and I'm gonna put it all together, see how it works out, and allow you to watch. So stay tuned. This should make for a pretty simple setup, considering that these are the only three pieces that are inside the box. You have your microphone stand, your microphone mount, and then your desk clamp. Not sure how I looked up on this, but when I ordered this microphone, I ended up ordering the cheaper version, which was $11.99, and that came with the older mount, or the older clamp piece at the bottom, and they ended up sending me the $15.99 version, which you're seeing here. So maybe you can end up doing the same, but this is essentially the desk clamp that the microphone stand will sit into. Here's your standard microphone mount, and again, I ended up changing the adapter out of this because I felt like the plastic piece was just a little bit less stable, and that I can have a little bit more security with the metal 3/4 by 5/8 adapter. As you can see here, the microphone stand is spring loaded. I opted for the red just because it would match the satin color of my Blue Yeti, but there's a variety of colors to choose from. Last but not least, I opted to get this USB male to female on-off switch. Essentially what I'm trying to do here is be able to turn off the Blue Yeti, because otherwise it just sits on. So whether it's a flashing red light for mute or a constant one for on, my goal was just to be able to turn off the Blue Yeti, seeing that it doesn't have an on-off switch. Okay, so the first thing that you want to be able to do is turn your Blue Yeti upside down, and the piece that this comes with, you want to well, most people are. They're taking this plastic piece and they're putting it on the bottom of the Blue Yeti to assemble the boom arm to it. I didn't want to do that, so it's kind of like this part of the boom arm would twist on. And honestly, this plastic, I can say it does feel a little cheap to me. I know that people are doing it. I'm just saying, spend an extra $5 and have a little bit more security in it. So instead of doing that, take your Blue Yeti, flip it upside down. So instead, you take your adapter and put it in here and provide a bit more security. If I can get it in there correctly. Let's see. I don't know. There's a plastic piece in there that you have to try to get out. So I have to kind of figure that out. So before you do so, take this piece out of here. And then I should be able to just screw this in here. Okay, so there you have it. Then remove these two arms here, and then we'll set this whole thing up, and I'll put this additional thing to turn off the Blue Yeti, because like I was saying, if you see on the Blue Yeti, there's on the front side is just the volume and mute, and then on the back side is just the gain and the pattern direction, omnidirectional, bidirectional, cardioid, and and stereo. I don't know how to say that. Cardioid? Cardioid. I think that's right. But there you go. So no on-off switch. Hence the reason for this. Alright, so here it is in its final contraption, all set up. I would say this thing was a good idea in theory, but it does not work. So once you end up plugging this in, and whatever system you're using, I use iMovie, it's free. I know other people use different things, but when you plug this in, it's not recognized as the Blue Yeti microphone. With the Blue Yeti being with the USB microphone or USB cord being plugged into here, and then this into your computer, it doesn't recognize it. So essentially, it doesn't work. So while in theory it was a good idea that I could be able to turn it on and off, it doesn't work. So I'll use it for something else. But nevertheless, this is the Blue Yeti with the arm attached. I decided to put these like Frankenstein bolts back inside. I didn't want to, you know, if you leave them out, then you have kind of these little red holes, and I didn't want that to be the look. Thought this looked a little bit better. And I tied it down with some zip ties, pulled the cord through, and some zip ties on the back, and lo and behold, there you have it.